What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new tactical video. Today we have got the new Mezzala Magic. Now I made one of these right at the start of the game. This time we've got an upgraded version tested with three very different teams. So let's get into it. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Once again, if you enjoy longer format videos, rebuilds, etc., you can find me on Daily Josh in the link below. But let's go over and let's talk tactics. So first up is going to be Bologna in the Serie A, one of my favourite teams in Italy, purely because of Football Manager. As a little fun fact, we had a big long-term save around about 2 years ago, and genuinely, they're a great team to play with, so a little heads up right here. But we go on to do very well. A lot better than what we did in our recent save, I will say. Now, going over to the league, we are going to win 33, draw 3, and only lose 2 games. We also go on to win the Italian Cup 3-0 over Juventus, so a real statement being made. 121 goals scored, only 25 conceded. Santiago Castro, 32 goals. We've got Moro coming in with 21 assists. It really did get the most sort of performance you're going to get out of this group of players, and it done it to a very high level. 121 goals, as we said, 879 shots going in, hardly any shots against us. Possession, we're not going to have the most. We are not a possession-based team in this system. The fewest conceded and the most clean sheets, so a real good set of stats here. Now, the data hub, we can go and see 3.18 goals a game, 0.66 conceded, just shy of an 87% pass completion, and a good amount of shots per game as well. So we're ticking everything. Data hub, overall stats, and also individual stats. It's a great start to the video. Now time to enter Rome, and we are going to play Juventus in that Italian Cup final. They're not an easy team, let's just be honest, they're a great team, but the way we played, you would think that we might be the powerhouse, because we took the game to them inside of the first minute, and after this, their heads got completely lost, because we're going to go through again around 10 minutes after. Castro cuts it back into Ndoye, into the middle, into Moro, and that is a fantastic finish. A great goal, and so far this final is looking one way, and it's not the Juve way. It's our way. Great play here, great link up, good overlapping runs. Fabian should get it in the middle. He does. It's an easy win. You can then go over and test with Chelsea, and Cole Palmer is really going to thrive in this. Now, I did lock him in as a Mezzala, so he got a lot of game time and also was guaranteed to stay in one place, and he absolutely thrived. As you can see, top goal scorer and most assists. Now, not only did we win the Premier League, winning 32 games, drawing 2, and only losing 4 games there, we also do win the Carabao Cup 3-0 over West Ham United, so a very big performance there. Now, 109 goals is going to be scored, over 780 shots, the fewest shots against. Possession, not half bad considering we're not even really going for this stat line, with 54%, the fewest conceded and the most clean sheets as well, so a very strong statement being made. The data hub is going to be 2.87, so a little less goals. I've never displayed this to be some mad goal scoring tactic. We have got those on the channel. This is much more of a balanced usage of the Mezzala that just purely relies on getting fantastic results, which is what everybody really wants. Hardly any goals conceded, a good amount of shots per game, and also a pretty tidy pass completion. So 2 tests, 2 with very different teams. 2 good results. Got very similar vibes with the Chelsea team. Now, I do like Chelsea in real life. I'll say it as a fact. Now, when you've got this tactic and you have got Nkunku, you've got Palmer in their Mezzala roles, I mean, you can take on anyone. That's a great thing about it. And funny enough, this game, it wasn't really them that were getting the goals. It was actually this man who's going to score this one, I believe. Great play from Mudryk, who's going to cut inside, and it's not the player I was meant to talk about there. Caicedo is, funny enough, the man who I believe got a hat-trick this game. So this tactic also does include getting the sort of deeper players up and also contribute, and you can see Palmer there in that Mezzala role, and that's just lovely. Onana maybe has to do a little bit better, but we know what Onana does, okay? It's not always pretty, so we'll take what we can get, as Mudryk is going to be down the left. I believe Nutmeg and Mazraoui there, and Caicedo, again, look where he is in the field. He's very pushed up. We allow that to happen, and for a DM, he actually scored quite a fair few goals, and again, Cole Palmer, you know what he's going to do in that Mezzala role. Little ball inside. Caicedo on the volley, okay? On the volley from Caicedo. And the last goal, if you're a United fan, and if you're a Johnny Evans sort of fan, if that is a thing, you might want to look away here, because it is going to be a Johnny Evans own goal. That's United. And lastly, a team very close to here. We do love RB Salzburg. We do love the Red Bull team. Now, I will say this was obviously the powerhouse of the video, and you can probably tell why, because we have by far got one of the best teams in the league. In fact, we have got the best team in the league. We also do win the Austrian FA Cup 8-0, so no real competition there. And if we actually go into this league table, we can go through the championships to the league table, where we do actually go invincible as well. So it is an absolute domination station. 132 goals, over 800 shots. We're not going to factor in possession because it's such an easy league, so we are going to leave that around the 53-54% average. But yeah, I mean, it is absolute brutality. The goals per game over 4, the conceded at just shy of just over half a goal. It is genuinely a really good season. Now, yes, it's RB Salzburg. Let's not forget, Bologna are a mid-table team, overachieved. Chelsea, top 6 team, overachieved. So with every team we've been at, we've always done a good job. And that you can't hate. I mean, in terms of competition, the only real team that you come up against at the moment is going to be SK Rapid. They are a team that can cause a few issues, so I thought out of all the games I could show you, we will pick one which has got a little bit of fight about it, and it wasn't much fight because we do win the game 4-0. But out of all the teams in the league, I cherry-picked probably the hardest one we faced, and do you know what? Even playing the hardest team, them two Mezzalas had an absolute field day. An absolute field day, and genuinely, we know how broken the role is in the game. It's one of the best roles you can ever use in a team. But honestly, just seeing it all come together when you've got the likes of Glau, Kiergaard occupying them roles, it's absolutely lovely to watch. And I tell you what, just the teams you can build with this system as well, it's just unreal. It really is. Of course, over to your favourite part of the video, that is going to be the tactic breakdown. If you are enjoying, a little like and subscription is completely free. If you don't want to miss another video, you can simply hit that lovely notification bell. Now, if you do want to see this in form of a rebuild, you can also check out Daily Josh. We've got endless videos coming up, and we have got some banging rebuilds coming up, so make sure you head on over. And if you have joined the Patreon from the tactics side, make sure you also get those perks, because you might be missing out on rebuild files, Wonder Kid shortlists, all exclusive stuff. So make sure you are heading on over. Now, create your own style is going to be required for this one, and we are going to load in a 4-3-3. Now, that is purely because you can't even use 3 Mezzalas, so you are somewhat limited, but you still can have a lot of fun. And to make it a bit more fun, we are going to go instantly up to attacking. We're going to take the game. We're going to take the game to anyone. I don't care who it is, we're going to go there. And do you know what? We can beat small teams, mid-table teams, we can beat anyone. It's not really an issue. Now, starting off with the goalkeeper, we are going to use a sweeper keeper, who is simply going to be on support and no custom further instructions. We are then going to go with the ball-playing defender on the left, and he is going to have a few instructions consisting of dribble more and also tackle harder. The left back is going to be a fullback, and he is simply going to be set to attack. And in this scenario, we are going to have a few more instructions consisting of, now lock in, we're going to get pretty tasty. We're going to go with more direct passing, take more passing risks, stay wide, and also tackle harder. So these fullbacks really do play a big part, okay? They play a big part in the success of this team, because we are going to have inside forwards, so they can overlap, they can get balls in, and they will feed the striker. So make sure you've got players that can play in that role. And it's so good, we are going to replicate it on the right-hand side. So if you missed it, we are going to go with more direct, take more risks, stay wider, and also tackling harder. We also are going to replicate the ball-playing defender, who is also going to be on dribble more and also tackle harder. So a very aggressive and pushy backline. And it's one thing I'm very open with. This tactic hasn't got the best defensive display compared to my Mourinho tactics, maybe even my meta tactics. We are going to concede around 0.5, 0.6 a game, but you will score a fair few goals, and just the play you see is absolutely beautiful. Now, in terms of the midfield, we are going to use that DM, and he is simply going to be on support with one instruction, that being probably what you'd not expect, right, on this channel: tackle harder. We use it because it's absolutely broken. Until SI come up with more realistic tactics, we're going to take advantage of what works in the match engine. Now, in terms of these roles, what do you think they're going to be? Maybe a Roman playmaker? Obviously not. We are going to go with 2 Mezzalas, and both of them are going to be on attack. So we are not messing about. We are literally taking the game as maxed out literally the most attacking way we can. And both of them are also going to share that tackle harder vibe. Now, by default, let's not forget, okay, they have 5 instructions, so they are going to naturally get forward, take more risks. They also stay wide, so the usage of 2 inside forwards is really the only way, because it makes this tactic just linger and linger. Not linger at all, that's a very funny word. It makes this tactic just work really, really well. And the fact that these inside forwards are going to be coming inside, the Mezzalas stay wide, they almost replace that position, and it creates this almost, if you want to look at it, it might be quite hard to picture, but imagine this player here, imagine this player here. Imagine a Mezzala pushing up as he will and staying wide. You do actually play, in attack, a bit of a 4-1-4-1 vibe. So if you like that sort of, you know, transition in between formations, you'll also really like this. Just literally 10 seconds of your time, just because I want people to take advantage of this, okay? We currently have a serious promo on the Patreon and a big £800 giveaway. If you are interested, you can head over in the description below, where also you get access to all of the tactics today and from the entire year. You also get all of my rebuild files, Wonder Kid shortlists, custom databases, 101 tactical help, and access to a massive group chat that contains 5,200 people. So make sure you come on over and get involved, but just enjoy the rest of the video. Now, the inside forward on the right is going to be tackling harder and also marking the D in brackets L. The man on the left, of course, will be marking the D in brackets R, also on tackle harder, with the advanced forward also on tackle harder as well. So a lot of tackle harder, but again, these are tactics that I want you to cook with, and it's one of the big factors. Now, in terms of in possession, we are going to go and instantly talk about it. We are going to go over and look at it. So we are going to go all the way down to narrow, pass into the space. Underlap left and underlap right is going to come in, while focusing down the left and the right hand side, alongside of low crosses, run at defense, a maxed out tempo, and a shorter passing directness. Going over to in transition, we are going to counter press, counter, distribute quickly, and simply, nice and easy, roll the ball out. And now let's go over and talk about out of possession. Possession, we are going to look at it like this. It is going to be the much higher defensive line, the high press much more often, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and also invite those wonderful crosses. Now, going over to the attacking version, this is to get even more goals out of the team. The sweeper keeper, the ball players do remain the same, the fullbacks remain the same, the DM remains the same, the Mezzalas do remain the same, the inside forwards, they get a big buff, so they're up to attack now, and also on shoot more often, alongside of tackling and marking those positions that we previously did discuss. The advanced forward, he also does remain the same. We are also going to be on attacking, but there are going to be key changes in the team instructions. The bit that doesn't change is going to be all of this, because this is just the main fundamentals of the tactic. It's why the tactic works really, really well. And when it comes to in possession, the only big addition is the double. Be more expressive and also run at defense is going to be selected. In transition, there isn't technically a change, but there is an option. Now, I have stuck with roll the ball out because it is a very safe way of playing. If you have got a bit of a brute up front, like a Haaland, who can play in that advanced forward but also has a little bit of physicality, Sesko, you can actually go long goal kicks and go a little bit more direct, but that will be completely up to you, because I don't know who you've got up front. Out of possession is going to be pretty much the same, so the much higher, the high press, maxed out on that trigger press, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and also invite crosses. A lot of people worry about invite crosses. Trust me, you're not gonna concede 20 goals a game. You're completely fine. And lastly, the defensive version. Now, this is actually tailored more around playing with a target forward, so this is mainly for lower league teams, or maybe you're more tailored to play that more direct style. This is completely down to your team. Now, the goalkeeper, sweeper keeper is going to be the same. The ball players, 2 of them, default. Fullbacks, both on defend, nowhere near as attacking, more direct passes, stay wide, and also tackle harder. A deep line playmaker, on defend, more direct passes, and tackle harder. The Mezzalas do remain the same. The inside forwards remain on support, but have cross-aim centre, opposed to obviously cutting in and having shots. And the target forward, he's simply going to be on attack. Now, we do drop down to positive. The attacking width does remain the same. We are still going to pass into the space. Nothing here is selected. Mixed crosses, another change. Hit early crosses, another change. and there's loads of more changes. So run at defense. We are also going to have this as an option. If you switch to this to defend a game out with, have time wasting on. If you're using this from minute 1, do not time waste. If you've got mine, play for the set pieces. It's guaranteed goals, especially in a system like this. Tempo remains in the middle, the passing goes up by 1 to slightly more direct. In transition, we're going to regroup, then counter, and this time we are going to use what I said you could use in terms of long goal kicks. And lastly, out of possession, the standard line with that high press, invite crosses, get stuck in, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and also max out that trigger press to much more often. And that's going to give you boys and girls not 1, not 2, but 3 versions of the Mezzala Magic tactic. If you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Again, if you like FM, make sure you come on to Daily Josh, because we've got tons of FM rebuilds, and also we're going to have some very fun storytelling sort of vibe series going on. So make sure you head on over, because also you get more tactics from the Patreon on there, so you're probably missing out on a lot. So make sure you come on over. But if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave that little subscription button as well, and I'll see you in the next one.